Let's double check, make sure we got audio. Let's do this. We'll do it right here. It's not actually gonna be, it's totally a spontaneous thing we're doing right here. Just spontaneously showing this particular trailer. Ah, here we go.
And to topple world governments with the mention
Cool.
of a line of code. I am a virtual god.
Okay, that's enough of that. That's a totally spontaneous product placement. So let's go in here. Now, my understanding is, first off, hi, my name is Michael. I once made a what is essentially a Neil Breen fan film, and it's called Fatal Future. It's on Amazon Prime. Check it out. And I don't really do reaction videos, but my wife told me that on his Twitter, Neil Breen had posted a link to the trailer for his nearly 6-hour. I don't know if it's a documentary, really. It's more. It's educational video about his career as an auteur. Now, Neil Breen, of course, the filmmaker behind Double Down and Fateful Findings and I Am Here. ... Now. And of course, the most recent Twisted Pair. And Pass Through, but I don't like to talk about Pass Through. Okay, let's go to his Twitter account, Neil Breen, and let's see here. Check out the retrospective of my 5 films at neilbreen-5films.com. You can order my other films at twistedpair.com. Or twistedpairfilm.com with the dashes and a little period. Whatever. All right, so we're gonna go on over here, and of course, there's the man himself. Look, okay. I want to get something straight right off the bat. I do legitimately like Neil Breen. I do legitimately find his films entertaining, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily an ironic entertaining. It's more of just I appreciate how far he goes to get his vision across. Yeah. Let's see. This is a 5-hour and 40-minute retrospective film by Neil Breen of his 5 indie feature films. This is not a documentary of the making of his 5 films, presented on 2 DVDs. So it's not a documentary, but it is a retrospective of his movies, which sounds to me like a documentary. But, that I don't know everything. Film students and experienced indie filmmakers will find this information very valuable, educational, and insightful. That speaks to me. I'm an indie filmmaker, and I was a student once. The retrospective includes Neil Breen discussing his approach to successful and profitable low-budget feature film making. Okay. I mean, I'm sure he's profitable. He's not lying, I don't think. Topics: film concepts, scripts, budgets, interior locations, exterior locations, legal contracts, film production, lighting. This sounds like a documentary. I mean, it's like a masterclass video, but those are essentially documentaries about how these guys do. It doesn't matter. Including Neil Breen narration. Oh, he narrates his own movie, guys. Come on. Auteur. Film clips, props, still photos, video behind the scenes. It has behind the scenes video. It's okay. Made in the USA. Copyright 2020 Neil Breen Films LLC. I wonder, real quick, NILBREE Films LLC.com. I'm just curious. Not taken. You could. What about NoBrainFilms.com. God, it's okay. NeilBreen.com is a Tumblr that someone created. Okay. Cool. No doubt. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go on back here. All right. Click here for there's a 10-minute trailer. So I apologize. This video is gonna be over 10 minutes long, but it's a 10-minute trailer, and I'm going to react. I might pause a few times to get my bits in. So just not my bit. You get it. All right. So click here for trailer. Took me to another website. Okay.
Hi, this is Neil Breen. Over the past few years, I've been asked a number of questions about my filmmaking process. People in theater audience Q&As ask me, Neil, how have you been able to do this? I get questions online all the time. Neil, how have you been able to write, produce, direct, act, and self-fund 5 theatrical independent
How do you do it,
feature
Neil?
films?
How do you do it? Is
so
it
I
witchcraft?
thought I'd take this time to
Are
put
you
together
Jesus?
what I'm
That's what the
calling a
films artists think.
retrospective of how I've been able to do that, what my process is. This is not a documentary on how I made 5 indie feature films. That would take hours and hours and hours to do.
This film's only going to take hours and hours and hours to do.
5 hours long.
5 hours? Just 5 hours?
What I'll be covering is
40 minutes.
all aspects of my filmmaking process. How I conceptualize a film. How I write the script for the film. Be creative as a filmmaker. Use your imagination. That's what the media is all about. Creativity, imagination, entertaining the audiences, informing the audiences. That's what your goal should be. I write my stories and screenplays.
I just want to, okay, real quick. Look, I have sound issues with my videos sometimes. I get it. Sound is not easy. There's air conditioning right above my head right now that's probably coming through in the final audio, and it's going to drive me crazy when I finally start editing. Totally a possibility, almost certain. But why can't Neil understand audio? I ask this because I know the guy who helped him with his audio in at least 2 movies. And that guy knows his shit, and he's really good at what he does. How has Neil not gleaned anything off of that as far as audio quality? Because the audio in this trailer sounds like fucking garbage. Nothing, again, it's Neil Breen. I look past it. It's kind of part of his brand, but I just feel like, especially with this, I mean, it's literally just him and a camera. He could set up a microphone. I mean, he's making profitable movies. He obviously has the ability to. All right.
Purposely in order to challenge myself. Challenge myself from a storyline point of view and from a technical point of view. Every film that I've done more technically advanced work than the prior film.
Demonstrably false.
The challenge is
Fateful Findings is still his
that I give
best
to
technical
myself
film.
is to do
Easily.
things I've never done before. How I plan around the budget for the film. My actual film production process. My editing of the film. This is the editing bay
That's
that
cool.
I
We get to see a
edit
shot of the green screen
my
that he
4
used. That's
most
pretty cool.
recent feature
I think
films.
that's I think in Vegas somewhere, but I could be wrong.
My special effects for the films.
Special effects featuring this amazing piece of special effects wizardry. I'm convinced that George Lucas had something to do with this. I mean, there's no way you could get effects this good without, someone really like a trailblazer behind them. So I'm very curious to see how he got to know George Lucas.
It is not my intention to give you the impression that I, as an experienced indie filmmaker, do big, successful indie films.
I'm shocked.
What I have done is make indie, small-scale, low-budget, successful, profitable, imaginative thought-provoking films.
They are
I wanna be
imaginative.
honest
They
with
have
all
provoked my
of you.
thoughts, so he's not wrong.
I've been
Also, that was a clip from I Am
hacking
Here,
into government and corporate
now,
systems
which
all
is
over the
probably his most
country.
underrated movie. God, I love that tiger.
These
That's the only thing
films
about
have given
Passover I
me
like is that
tremendous
tiger.
experience and insight into making larger, medium-budget, visionary, thought-provoking films in the future.
Who calls their stuff? Him and Nicholas Winding Refn are the only guys, the only directors who call their own work visionary. Neil and Shorter Neil.
And that is what I intend to do. My music for the films, my lighting of the films, and so on into an all-encompassing post-production process. After post-production, I'll discuss distribution, both DVD, Blu-ray, and digital distribution. I'll then discuss theatrical distribution.
Where is this?
My most recent films have played in major cities and theaters all around the world. And I'll discuss with you how I was able to do that. I'll discuss marketing, how I've taken it upon myself to create a Neil Breen brand of film.
You know,
I'll be presenting.
he has a brand. Like there is no doubt about it. The man has a brand. I wouldn't say that his brand, like my only issue with, well, I have a couple of issues with Neil Breen, but obviously I love the guy. My only big issue with Neil Breen is I don't think he's getting better. I think he peaked with Fateful Findings. I think Fateful Findings is pretty much the perfect, and I've said this before, I hate using this term, but the perfect so bad it's good film. I think that movies like, say, The Room don't quite work as well because they don't feel like they are as uniquely of their own filmmaker. The Room comes close, don't get me wrong, but I think that the fact that Tommy Wiseau had like a professional crew kind of hinders the quality of that movie as time goes on for me. With Neil Breen, it feels like he's an auteur. I mean, he's not a very good auteur from like as objective as you can get with filmmaking, but he makes movies that are uniquely his, that have certain tropes of the so bad it's good genre, I guess, but at the same time, it is Neil Breen through and through. You have the black tank top and the egocentric plot. Those things are staples. You have the guy who's too old and too scrawny to be an action star being an action star. That's very well worn territory, but the way Neil Breen does it is just so special. And when I see his newest work, like Twisted Pair is not the most entertaining movie to watch by yourself. When I went and saw it with an audience, when he did his Q&A, which I did a video of that, it was definitely more fun. It was a lot of fun to watch it with a crowd. I don't enjoy watching it by myself. I don't even really enjoy watching it with like one or two other people. It has to be like a crowd. Fateful Findings, I can just watch and have a good time. Anyway.
During the 5-hour narration, I'll be presenting film clips from all the films.
It still sounds like a documentary.
Props from all the films, how I've made the props. I'll be discussing sets and locations that I've made for the films. I'll be discussing the casting process that I use. It's not my intent in this retrospective to tell the story of all 5 films.
You went over that. Oh my God.
That would take forever.
Like this trailer is taking forever.
Convey my imagery that I've created for the 5 films in an effort to show you the themes and storylines of the 5 films. Once again, utilizing all of the categories that I've mentioned previously. So I think at the end
I wanna
of
know
the
what
5
these are. Are
hours,
these
you will come
awards that he's
away
won?
clear on how
fuck
I
is
do what
that?
I do relative to filmmaking.
I see an Apple
You'll
box
come
there.
away on the
What else do we have in his office? I
thematic
can't tell what the fuck this is.
imagery relative
And
to
this is what, a Google Home or something? I
filmmaking,
don't know. What the different
cinematography, and visual presentation
AI home
that
things are,
I'm
but I don't.
very
I find it
interested in,
shocking that Neil
and
Breen trusts one.
what I'm offering the viewers of my films.
And here's from when he
So
was
I think you'll
editing.
find this very interesting, both as a learning tool, a creative
you might
tool.
still use this to edit, actually. I
I
don't
think
know.
if
I don't
you've
know how he
never
edits.
gone to film school, which
That's what I gotta get
was
the
my
documentary.
case, I think you'll find it as something that will give you some insights into creative ways to accomplish your filmmaking goals.
He has not actually
I'm a
said
big believer in
beyond the
doing
initial
things over the
statements.
top, being creative, using your imagination, being a bold filmmaker, take risks.
Is there someone?
So that's really it about the retrospective.
There's
I
someone
think you'll enjoy it.
recording
I think
this
you'll
for
learn
him.
from it.
I just heard them
Happy
messing with the
filmmaking.
camera, which proves that
Thank
this
you.
is audio from on camera. This is on. Oh my god. Wait, there's more? Oh, there's like, is this like, oh, this is the actual trailer? Maybe? Was that all just an introduction to get us to the trailer?
I'll be right here. This is a screening in Paris, France of Twisted Pair. There were 2,700 people in the audience at this single screening of Twisted Pair. This is their reaction to the film and to me after the
I
screening.
think that number was debunked. I don't think there were actually 2,700 people there. I could be wrong. I feel like someone looked that up and debunked that. Either way, it's still impressive. Like the fact that that place is obviously packed with people is super impressive and super cool. But you can kind of see, I think in the, like there's chunks where there's no one there. And there's, oh, I was there.
This is a screening in Los Angeles.
I'm honestly a little sad that he couldn't have used my video. Yeah, I'm down there somewhere.
We love you, Neil!
I love you. This was like one of the most memorable moments of my life, seeing this.
I can't believe this is happening. Oh my god.
I wonder if part of the documentary, or I'm sorry, the retrospective is just him. Oh, okay, that's okay, cool. This trailer has credits. I wonder if part of that. Okay, that was it. I wonder if part of the documentary is just him, like, taking that Q&A footage and just sliding it in there. This okay. So how much what's it going to cost me, Neil? Tell me what's the damage. Cool. Let's go back to the main page. All right, so 2020, Neil. Buy it. Okay, USA shipping. Buy now. $160. $160. Oh, I'm broken. $160. You're fucking kidding me. That is... Wow. Wow. I'm tempted. Like, honestly, if there wasn't a fucking pandemic right now, I'm kind of tempted. Like, I kind of want to buy it. I'll tell you what. If I can get... if I can get 1,000 subscribers on this channel, I'm specifically going for something that I cannot possibly achieve. If I can get 1,000 subscribers on this channel before the end of May, that's important, before the end of May, I will purchase this and I will review it, I guess, if that's even possible. I don't know that it is, but I will review it and let you know how worth it is. I'm sure someone else has already bought it and given you the deets, but I will personally purchase this film from Neil Breen for $160 for 1,000 subscribers, because I'm that kind of simp for Neil Breen. But right now, I can't possibly. It's it's $160 for something I'm still not even sure what exactly I'm getting. There was not any footage, as far as I can tell, in that trailer from this documentary. Like, I didn't see. I mean, I guess there's that photo of him in the giant green screen, so I guess I get to see that he had access to a big ass green screen. But that's it. Wow. Wow. All right, so that's my reaction to the trailer for the retrospective. Here's the thing. I can't say that this is a wise investment for anyone, including myself. Because even though I love Neil Breen, this is such an obvious money grab, even for him. And I find it, on the one hand, it's great because Neil Breen, the thing that I find most intriguing about him is just how arrogant he is. I find arrogant people to be just innately fascinating. That's what, I mean, both my movies, one is about the mind of an egomaniacal director. The other one is about someone who is completely egocentric regarding women. I like these types of people. That's not to say that Neil Breen is a bad guy. I do not think Neil Breen is a bad guy. I think that he is interesting. I think that I've heard some horror stories, but also heard some good stories. When I met him, he was fine. He did not want to see me. He did not give a shit about me. But that's okay. He doesn't have to. He made some art that I quite enjoy, and that has changed my life. So that's perfectly okay. Still love Neil Breen. He's not the brightest guy in the world, but at the same time, you know, there's this story I heard where his editor, I think it was his editor, I might be wrong, he was working on the movie and he said, Neil, these two scenes, they don't go together, you can't just cut these two together. And Neil says, and it depends on what point this was, but Neil says, I'm sorry, have you directed 3 feature films? And the guy's like, I can't really argue with that. And you know, you can't really argue with that. I know what it takes to make even a bad movie. I've made 2, and they were both massive pains in the ass. So you know, I guess you could learn from this DVD. You could, but there's better and cheaper sources out there for that. Is the problem. Anyway. That's that. This channel, as you might know, is mostly Blu-ray reviews. We're going to keep doing that. The Vinegar Syndrome sale is coming up on May 22nd, I believe. And up to that point, I'm going to be trying to put out as many Vinegar Syndrome reviews as possible. I have one that's basically written that I just need to shoot. And then I have one Severin that I need to do. And then from there until May 22nd, it's all Vinegar Syndrome. My Vinegar Syndrome monthly package for April is scheduled to get here May 2nd. So I'll somehow manage that review around that time. And then there will be a guide to what to buy on Vinegar Syndrome for the sale. So expect that around that time. I'm still not sure exactly how I'm going to do that. I have kind of a vague plan in place. And yeah, that's updates for you. And yeah, I'm not good at React videos. I'm sure this will get the most dislikes out of anything I have on my channel, but that's okay. You know, go purchase movies from Neil Breen. Maybe this one, but preferably something like Fateful Findings. You can find me on Patreon, where you get more updates on my behind-the-scenes nonsense, and at some point some extra videos, and I'll respect you and stuff, I guess. I don't know. I respect everybody to a degree. Yeah, but that's not how I pay for anything, actually. But go and check me out on Patreon. Check me out on Twitter, @MichaelKeen. And, yeah, until next time, go watch a movie.